Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's event where we'll be covering Ask Me Anything About Mini Session Workflows. So, if you're trying to prep for spring right now, it's the best time. So, think about what type of session you want to do for spring. As you roll into April and May, there's tons of events that you can plan for, like Mother's Day, graduations, and even Easter options that are available. So, we're going to talk about how you can make dedicated landing pages experiences, how you can connect them to your social media, but also how you can plan ahead and can make your website into a better sales tool. So we'll get started momentarily. I'm going to give people time to settle in, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as we go. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section as we get going. If you want to learn more about how you can do mini session workflows, we have a great blog article which I'll share at the end. It'll help you dive in setting up your own system. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. So let's go ahead, jump right in. The number one thing is when you're getting started, if you don't have anything on your website that's going to be showcasing landing pages or anything like that, we need to go ahead and focus on that experience. The main thing for mini sessions is having a dedicated page for the experience. So you need to choose a clear mini session concept. What type of concept are you going to go with? So say if you're going to do something outdoors, maybe you're going to have something with floral, blooming trees, open fields, soft lighting, perfect for families and couples, and mom and me sessions leading into Mother's Day would be ideal here. Some other things that you can focus on is also studio sessions. Think about having a control setting with a pastel backdrop, minimal props, and even that control lighting. It's great for photographers who want that consistency and efficiency, and great for younger kids so they don't get too hot or bothered. So those are types of events that you can set up. Another thing you can think about is spring branding refresh minis. So maybe you're doing something that you want to market to small business owners who need a fresh content for quarter 2. You want to go in there with some headshot, lifestyle imagery, update their website photos. These are types of things that you can get people proactive on for their own businesses if that's something that you want to coordinate with. There's so many endless topics that you can go with, such as graduation options and in, like I said, Mother's Day and Easter. So you have these ideas right away that you can go ahead and plan for. The thing is, what do you need to do? You need to build a dedicated landing page. So when we're looking at those things, we need to make sure that that's there on your website. So we're going to dive in, build a dedicated landing page, and those things should include things like a strong headline, dates and location, what's included, clear pricing, a booking option, and how limited the availability is. We want people to know that they only have so much time to be able to book for a session type like this. So let's dive in and create those page types. So we're going to go ahead into our website builder. We're going to click on new page. We're going to click page, and you could dive in on a blank page, or you could choose something from our established pages that are here that are already pre-built. We have landing page options that you could choose from. Definitely dedicated looks, visuals, and things like that. Let's start with something simple that's already got kind of a spring flair to it. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And we're just going to call this one Spring Minis. And we're going to set it, we're going to create it. And now this page has already been created. Now we just got to make it about the event you want it to be about. So if this is going to be about family mini sessions, that's something that you want to, maybe family spring sessions, we'll change it to that. And then you can also utilize other features that are included, such as, Ask PhotoBiz AI. If you wanted to do anything such as like generate new text, you could take this, just modify a little bit. There we go. And it already understands that I wanted spring sessions, and it's going to now make it more dedicated for that and go from there. So have that in there. You can have some images that you already inlaid. If you don't have images, go ahead and remove these and add your own. We can choose some from our clipboard if we want to as well. And that's where you want to get dedicated. So we want to go ahead and add a few images, something that's going to be something for the family to remember. I think those are the types of styles that we're going to go for. So let's go ahead and dedicate these 3. I'm going to remove some of these other ones. There we go. Now we have our 3 images, and I'm just going to change the layout from a column of 5 to a column of 3. That way it fits our parameters a little bit better. So you can see that it's hitting the idea of like the family, the session types. You can see these are like controlled outdoor environments. That's what I want to go for this element. I want people to see that when I'm going through here. So that's what we're starting with. All right, and then you can see a special thank you for being part of the family. You can change this text. You can make it something much more appealing. That's about limiting your spots on here. So like, book your family session and be a part of something special. You can have something like that, just a nice little line. You can then revise this text here if you want it to fit more of your brand and anything like that. This spring, we're excited to offer exclusive access to our limited mini session spots. Whether you are a returning client or new to our community, your support means a lot to the world at Jane Doe Studios. Don't miss this opportunity to capture the, vibrant and joy. Now we're going to add something like, spring mini sessions are here, limited spots are available. So we want them to know that time is of the essence. If they want to take advantage of it, they're going to have to. Then you can modify this if you want this to be, down the line, more centered space and things like that. We can make those modifications. I'm just going to change the title a little bit. I'm going to change the alignment. There we go. So now it feels much more focused. So then you have options down here. You can dedicate the pricing. Big part of this is showcasing the pricing. So, you know, right now it says about fall. We're going to change it to spring. Spring minis. And we're going to change it to spring family session. And then what's in a family session here? You know, you can see 20 minutes, hand-picked photos, 10 professionally edited, and all for the price of $275. We're actually going to drop this down to $200. We want to make it more exclusive. Only 12 sessions available. Again, reiterating the exclusivity. They want to be a part of it. They're going to have to join right away. So we're going to go ahead and modify this a little bit. I'm just going to ask PhotoBiz AI again, maybe to revise it, maybe just give it a little bit more my voice that I've asked it to. So there we go. You can see it's here. Good. So now we're just going to save changes. And now it's been edited just slightly. We want to make sure that exclusivity is there. We're going to modify this picture because we wanted to fit what we're doing right now, which is more about spring. So let's go ahead, implement this image in. And then you can change this layout if you don't like the way it looks. You know, anything like that. If there's something that's bothering you, you can go ahead and make those quick changes as you go through the design. That's the nice thing. It's about being flexible when the time comes. So maybe I want it to look like this one. There we go. Now it's just a little tiny different, but it makes the whole visual component work. And spots are limited. Again, reiterating that we want people to know how much time is available. And then you're going to want to put your booking option. Now, if you haven't set up your calendar yet, you can right here. Now, of course, you can always import something if you're using a third party, but we're exclusively going to use just the PhotoBiz products today. So let's see what that's like when we're putting that together, okay? It's very simple. So let's dive into that side. We're going to go up here to our left side menu. You'll see the option for scheduler. And you can see here's where you can create services. You can set up your availability and such here, but we're just going to make a dedicated category called minis. Now, what's this going to do? Do I have to set up my entire calendar? No. Here's the nice part. If you don't have any other type set up before, this can be the only service that you ever set up for this type of event. You can do that. So we're going to go here, going to click new service, and instead of choosing a reoccurring service, you know, something that happens daily, you know, like if you're doing anything for consultations or in studio bookings, you know, something that keeps your day-to-day going, or you can do a custom date one. This is where you can select only specific dates that you're going to have this calendar availability show up. So if you're only doing this for mini sessions, guess what? This is prime for you. And we can set it up to start right now. So we're going to call it Family Mini Session. You can have your description here to describe the service. You know, I think we'll just say 15 minutes. You know, photo shoot on location with a beautiful floral background. Perfect for family and couples. There you go. And then you can choose the duration. I'm going to only make it 15 minutes. And then you can add that price. We made it $250, I believe. So we're just going to set it there. Or actually, we made it just $200. So we're going to do that. And we're going to charge and take payment, okay? I'm going to say we're taking payment, but we're not. The reason why I want you to see the entire workflow of this, okay? So we're going to just generally say that it is booking a payment. So you can take payment right away when they book and you don't have to worry about it. So we're just going to select that. And then you can add your custom dates. So say we want to start shooting next weekend. You can totally do that. You can choose your start time, which will probably start around, let's say, afternoon, the first day. And we're going to shoot till 5:30. That's great. Next day, we're going to shoot a little bit earlier from 11 a.m. And then we're going to go all the way till about 3. We're going to take a break, and then we'll do it again. We'll choose the same exact day. And the reason why I'm doing this, maybe I'm going to take an hour break, wait for a golden hour to start to catch up with us, right? And then I'm going to start again at 4, and I'm going to run till about 7. So if people are wanting those golden hour shots, there it is. getting that plugged in. So we're going to go ahead, see that here, plugged in all your options. Again, if you want to have more time in between these, you can, but this is what we've got set up. All right, so we've selected our time, we've created our booking, we have our image that we want to represent that type of session. Let's go ahead and choose something that is beautiful, that represents it. How about this one? Or this one right here. I think this one will look really nice. So we're going to have that. We have this image that represents it. And then you can then go through and add options. Now, what types of options can you add? Well, maybe if you need hair, wardrobe, things like that. This is where you can make those little quick updates here. But since it's mini sessions, we don't want to add any options like that. But maybe you want to add like a product add-on. Something like they get a full-size 20 by 20 family photo canvas. How about that? 20 by 20 canvas. Display the price, yes. Required, no. We're going to put that, and then we're going to put the option purchase, and then you can put the price. We're just going to say it's an add-on purchase, and it'll be discounted so they can get it for $40, something like that. Okay. And then we'll also put the option no price available, and we're going to put that above because that's already going to be pre-selected. We do not want them to be able to purchase it right away. That way they don't feel like, hey, I didn't want to buy that. Well, guess what? If they want to have that add-on purchase, they can. But there it is. That 2020 by Canvas is available. Our availability has already been set. If there's any instructions that you want to have them, like, hey, come to this location, set up here, be pre-dressed, etc., you can put that information there. If you want to create an email notification once they've purchased, you could do that. You can set that up directly here. You can also set up your email automations once your account is verified. That way, when we're dealing with email automations, you can set up, once they book, entire scheduled events. So what's that mean? That means you can have scheduled automations go out go a week, couple weeks, months ahead of time, depending how far in advance you have this booking set. So you can create multiple automated emails that keeps rolling out to the customer to remind them, and even after the event, you can have something post-event show up in their mailbox that says, "Hey, would you do something for?" Say if you connect it to your Google and you wanted them to leave you a review, or you're reminding them, "Hey, what's going to happen next?" These are types of things that you can set up after the events is ready to go out. So this is something you want to do, definitely, I think. You can also set up any type of SEO that you're preferring in terms of keywords, anything like that. You can customize it all through here as well, specifically for this. And tags. I love tags because we can now do something like spring families and even the year if you want to. And what this does is this is going to be tagged for each customer that signs up, and I'll showcase that next. All right, so we got that set. Now we need to go back over to our website, and we need to make sure that this form type is available here. So, I'm going to change this back down to 15. That way it doesn't scare a customer saying, hey, where's all those things? And then we can add our scheduled calendar here. So we're going to go to our menu. We're going to go select family. And guess what? Here it appears. Look at that. It's already beautiful. Looking awesome, right? So what's this look like already designed? Let's take a look. We're going to go over here. You can see we decided to make this, you can see in the settings, we're hiding the header and footer. Now, why would we do this? Because we want this experience to live on its own. This is going to be great for social media pushes. This is going to be great for your email marketing pushes. So they don't see anything other than this and get lost in other pages. Now, why wouldn't I want them to look at my website? Well, good question. You wouldn't want them to because now you're detracting them away from the event. The more options you give them, the more likely they're going to take them. That's the way we look at it when it comes to any type of funnel, right? The most direct option is always the best. Think about like this when you go to a restaurant. The finer the dining, the less options there are, right? So think about that for your own website. If you only have 7 pages, then of course, yeah, they might go through those 7 options. Now, if you give them a dedicated landing page, they're only got one thing to look at. So think about that. Think about your website as the menu. You are trying to be the chef, so let's make sure that you're eating They're eating what you're cooking. Instead of like, well, I got tired of looking around and now they've left the website and now they're back on social media. That's not what you want to happen. So let's keep them dedicated here. So we have those turned off. So now when we look at the website here, it's a dedicated experience and they can scroll right through it, okay? So let's go back. Here we go. They can read through it, see what you offer, and book those experiences. So they can schedule right here. Going right ahead. They can purchase, no, or yes, right? If they do, it gets added to the purchase price. They go ahead and punch that in. You'll see it's at $240. If I say no, it's at, we're going to schedule it, boom. Now it's at 200. So you can see how it goes, okay? So you definitely want to see that. And then you see the 2 dates that we have dedicated. Now, of course, I could add more weekends if I wanted to. We can go back over to our scheduler. We'll go back over here. We're going back to our family minis. Going back to our availability. Maybe we want to do the following weekend as well. So let's go over to the 28th. We're going to add some time there. Make that a little bit longer in the day because we want to get more people. So we're going to start maybe at 10 a.m. that day. And then we're going to run that till about 2. Yeah, about 2 p.m. Then we're going to do it again. Same day. We're going to get those golden hour. Maybe we come back around 4. Give ourselves a little bit longer break. And then we're going to film till about 7 again. So hopefully we get more people during that time. And then the 29th, we're just going to do anybody who wants afternoon shots. So we're going to run that all the way till 6. So we have that. So now we have those dates updated. When we go back to our schedule, go back to the page. Now you can see those additional dates added. So you can keep adding to this experience as many times as you want. That way it's blocked off. So of course, if you want to have April dates, you can create April dates, but you can see nothing else is selectable on a dedicated calendar set. So for mini sessions, this is what's available. Even if you had this type of session only for another weekend out in April, you could set that up as well. Let's just pick one far out, like towards the latter half of April. Maybe you only have availability on the 18th. You could have something like that. And maybe you're just going to do an all-day event. So when we come back over here, hit refresh, hit our schedule. Oh, well, I don't see anything. I want to do something in April. Oh, good. There's a date available in April. And you can see there's more times available. So you're working hard that day. Then someone can select that day. Maybe they want to do theirs at 11 a.m. They'll put in their information. We would have the pay module set up, yeah. And the reason why we do that is so we can take our payment ahead. But I disabled it for this just so you can see how this works. And then we'll go over here. All right, so we're just going to book this session. Whoop. Oh, it's probably because I'm not, verified yet. But if it was booked, what would happen is someone would be able to book through the session. They'll then be added to your CRM over here in the contact section, right? So that's what we want. We want them to be added. So I'll just make, a quick contact. What will happen typically when you're adding them, they'll be verified and then you'll go from there. So that's typically how this rolls. You would go through this situation, they be added to there, and it'll be connected. So let me do that real quick. Let me show you a case. Give me one moment. Okay, now I got it verified. So now, let's hit refresh. Put my information in again. I'm going to select one. I'm just going to pick this one, 10 a.m. And then we'll just put the information in. Okay. So now when they book, you'll see that appointment's been booked. There's a confirmation they get. They can add it directly to their calendar right away, and then it's submitted. So when we go back over here, we see in our CRM area, our contact section, you'll be able to see all the contacts that have been added. When we look at our contact, we can see who has been contacted. They have been tagged. You'll be able to see we have our 2026 family spring. They're all connected to that. You can see what they've submitted. You can see if they've had any other types of events. You can see they've did the family session, their time, all that stuff is dedicated here. You can then start communicating with them directly from here. And if you have email automations set up, they'll start getting email automations. So we're going to go ahead and make sure those are enabled now that we have our account verified. We're going to choose appointment reminders and testimonials. Activate them, and you can see what the series looks like. The series is going to be 2 weeks before the appointment. It reminds them, and there'll be a very generic one tied to the event. You can see all this is here and what's happening. So you can see where it's at, and then they can see their booking. And then the next one would be 1 week before. And then 1 day before. And then the last one will be a testimonial 2 days after the event. Now, other things you can do is you can always add to an event. So if you ever want to add more emails, you can. You can always add other ones such as book soon reminders or general messages. Maybe you want them to do a follow-up. Anything like that you can add directly here as well. But we're just going to keep it easy as possible today with those. All right, so those are created. Now we just dive over back to our website. We have this all selected and connected. Our awesome mini session is now in full effect. Whatever day they selected will now no longer be available for other people to select for that time. You can see the time jump here. Went from 1 to 1:45. So you can see the times available, how they shift throughout the day when a time is no longer there. So that's really nice to see, so you don't have to worry about overlapping customers or anything like that. Okay, so now that our page is available, we got to tell people about this page. So yeah, you can share this directly to social media. You can just copy and paste it and you're good to go. You can go all the way there if you want to. You can optimize this page as well. So we're going to ask PhotoBiz AI to optimize this page. So now Spring Minis, Unique Senior and Family Photography in Greensboro. Spring Mini, we're just going to change it to Spring Family. And then since this isn't target for seniors, we're just going to remove that. And we're going to keep it this way. There we go. Other things that we can now do is we can start marketing. So other marketing plans that we can connect is our tools and features, right? So we already have our automations. What about just promotional emails? Well, let's create a new campaign. We're going to go over here. We're going to go into the marketing section. We're going to click and create a new campaign. You can see different looks that are available. Since we're doing something spring related, hey, look at this. This looks pretty nice. Let's start with this one. You see our logo is already plugged in. So then we can just change out the image with something that looks like our event. I'm going to choose this one. I think that one's adorable. We're going to make this focused on the mini session day. So looking for family photos. Book now our spring mini session. Only 12 slots available, even though we have lots of slots. I just want to have something to bear in mind. Join today and get, you could give them options such as like the canvas for free, before we share on social media. Hurry, this won't last long. So bear with me, I wrote that fast. I'll just have PhotoBiz AI look over it and revise it to make it more exciting. And there you go. Capture this cherished moments with our exclusive romance session. Reserve your spot and availability with this in-studio session. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So it knew what I was going for. Okay. We can also center it up if we want to. You can also change the font size if you like as well. Just going to go up to about a 12. How about that? Looks good. You can then connect your session type here. I'm just going to copy this one. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to paste our link. We're also going to change it from learn more to book now. And let's see what it looks like. So now this is what it looks like. Very, very cute. Nice colors. Very spring feeling. They click on it, boom, pops them over here. Straight to our events. If we want to color match, we can definitely do that. We can go over to our event over here. We can design the colors out. Right now it has more of this color. We want more of that blue tone maybe. Some baby blue going on. And you can just see how it connects from there. So you can go from here to there. Keep trying to, I'm going to lighten it up a little bit more. Softer, yeah. There we go. So now there's a familiarity. It feels branded to what we already established on that page. Very fast, very easy. Now it's connected. You can go right straight into booking. They can book directly on the page and you're good to go. Very simple. Now, what are other options you can do? So, you know, people can't get to this unless I share it with them, right? So this can be emailed out. I'm going to send it out there. If I had a full list of customers, like the one that we just established, you could just send it to all your customers. Or if you want to be specific, maybe you want to target people who have or have not done spring sessions before, you can do that by tags. So say if I wanted to go after people that did something, you know, families, I could target those people, and how many people have been tagged will be listed here. I have one. If I wanted to go after people that were 2026 customers, I could have that there, or previous spring ones. If I have other tag types, I could definitely do that here as well. So like say something like fall, or you know, something of that nature. You can implement those directly here, and those will be connected. You can also exclude people directly from here as well, you know, by tag. So maybe you are wanting to target families, but not spring or something like that. So you can definitely set it up that way. So, and you can see how they'll pull apart from one another. So if I do it by tag, if I hit spring, but I don't want families, you can see how it goes. But we're going to have no exclusions, and then we'll send it to your customer, whatever your subject is. Hey there, spring minis. They'll get it, confirmation. I'm just going to send it to my own personal email. It's sent. You'll see how many contacts got it, and then I'll show you what it looks like in the mailbox. Give me 1 second. So once they get the email, it'll look just like this in their mailbox. So they'll have it here, they'll be able to click on it, and it'll take them directly to the page that we are targeting for them, right? So that's the ideal. Now, if we're doing some more marketing offsite, so now we have this directly to our campaigns. Now you can share it with your social media. We're driving traffic. What about people that just happen to come to your website but not know about this promotion? So there's other things you could do. You can come over here to your website. Of course, you can add this page to your main menu if you want to see something like that. You can also create other options such as our site links. Create a new site link. We'll say button. We'll say Spring Minis. Something like that. You can connect it directly to the page that you want to. There we go. You can put it at the top of the page or somewhere in between if you prefer. If you want to get them straight to the scheduler, you can do that as well. I'll showcase that in a moment. So we have that. So when we come over here and look at it, you'll see now we have this Spring Minis button available. It takes them directly to that page. So if you don't want it in your main menu, that's fine too. You can hide it so it's hidden. So when people go to that page, hit refresh and no longer there, but they can go directly here and see it. So you can hide pages from your main menu, but then still make it sticky elsewhere when people are searching, and wow, it really sticks out, right? So we have that as an option. So you got that connected. There's some other things you can do too with the site link that I really like. Say you want to make it go directly to a part of the page versus just the top. Maybe you're just getting them to book right away. Guess what? Let's do it. I'm gonna hit editor. Instead of straight to it, we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna hit refresh. Click here. Boom, pops them right down to the event itself, and then they can start booking. Now, if they want to read the rest, of course they can, but if you want to get them straight into the booking, here you go. So things to consider when you're putting this together. All right, other things you can do to help market on your page. Not just email campaigns, but something I like to call sticky promotions. What is a sticky promotion? Well, they're pop-ups. So let's put pop-ups. We got our pop-ups available. We're going to click on new campaign. We're going to start with some other things too. So here's our pop-up builder area up in the top menu. We're going to click on new pop-up. Before we do sticky promotions, let's just create a simple, like, hey, we got an event going on. Join us. You can choose the welcome one. I think this one's a nice one that you can just start out with. You can modify it. Spring Mini sessions are here. Book now and save 20% till we'll just say March 20th. Excuse me. And then you can add an image that represents that style. We're just going to select from here. We're just going to click on this one. There we go. We can have a button, book now. We'll just put that. We'll link it straight to where we want it to go. Go to our page. We'll go to our Spring Minis. And of course, you can do top of page or somewhere else. You can remove those functionalities. And then we got something cooking, right? Now we can also modify text. Maybe this text is a little too big. Well, let's go ahead and make some changes here. We can choose different things till you get the look that you're going for. There we go, so something simple like that. You can then also edit where it appears. So if you want it to be on all pages or a specific page, you can choose that. You can also choose when it loads in. I recommend doing at least 5 to 10 seconds. That way it feels more rewarding. So if someone is looking to book a few, they can then. We'll just choose 5 seconds. And then we'll edit the styling. Do you want it to appear in the center? Do you want to make this a little bit larger? I'm just going to make it medium size. I'm going to keep the overlay effect on because I like it when it grays out the page to make it a little bit more focused on this. And then we can go from there. Okay, so now we have that set. Now we just need to publish it. Let's go ahead and just choose the styling. I want to make it come to bottom right. And I'm going to hit publish. Once I hit publish, we're going to be able to see what it does. Okay, so let's go. We're going to go back to our previous page. We're going to hit refresh. I'm going to give it about 5 seconds. So if they're looking on your website, they just casually came to your website. Oh, look, there's an amazing pop-up now. And then they can click on it and it goes directly where you want them to go to. It's really cool. It helps with making things look dynamic and gets them really set on thinking about, hey, and it didn't break up anything. If they wanted to, they can go back to what they were looking at without, like, oh, it's in my way. So they can keep on there, and they already have the promotion here anyway. So it's really nice. It looks beautiful, very simple. Now, what if you want to get in the front of their face a little bit more all the time? Besides a pop-up, you have those sticky promotions. So I'm going to create a new category. I'm going to create sticky. I'm going to create our new pop-up. I'm going to choose our banner type. I'm going to select this one because I like the color because it matches what our brand is. Then you can choose, 20% off booking mini sessions now. So you could have something like that. We can drive this directly to that page. We can select where we want to go on that page, and we're going to choose the scheduler. I'm going to select that. We can add a button if you want to. Add our book now. We can also make the button itself go directly to that page, go straight to the mini session, and go straight to the scheduler as well. Once that's there, you can then choose if you want it to be at the top or the bottom. Now, if you put this at the top, it's going to cover up your main menu. If you put this at the bottom, it's going to cover up the social media and site links bar. But I don't think that's a huge issue, because if you are trying to promote something, you want to get it in their face right away, I definitely recommend always putting it at the bottom instead of covering up the menu. So we're going to go ahead and save changes, and then we're going to go ahead, see where we want it at. We want it on all pages, or if we want it only on a specific page, I'm going to choose just the home, and it shows every day. Okay, so it's live, it's published. Let's go. Set it up. Now when we go to that page, hit refresh. There it is. Looks gorgeous. We go to any other page. We told it not to be. Look at that. It's only on our home page. And they click here. We got it going directly to the booking option. Now your website is a dedicated sales funnel for your spring mini sessions. No matter what type of session that you do, you can formulate it, plan it, and execute it with the PhotoBiz platform. And we did all this in less than 30 minutes. And you can start selling through your email marketing channel. You can start selling directly on your website and advertising on your website without spending extra money. And then you can drive it to your social media channels directly from here and connecting all those pieces there. That means setting up your social media links, or creating stories that drives them with links directly to this page. You name it. Now you can start funneling customers directly here, quick and easy, and start taking payments. If you want to learn more about those options, you can always check out our blog.photobiz.com. Go over there. You'll see the promotion that we're talking about, this event here. You want to check out this blog post, how to turn spring mini sessions into a booked out event. Again, things we covered today. Choosing a clear mini session concept, that's ideal. Creating a dedicated landing page. Hey, does that look familiar? Hey, and then also creating that booking and collecting payment up front. We set that up today. We set up our email marketing, not just our social media channel. And we set up our promotions and website pop-ups. Other things that you can automate is those automated emails, which we also showcased. And next, what can you do? You can now start posting to Instagram. Wait for DMs. And then what you're going to do next, you're going to build your landing pages, launch your emails, use your promo bars, automate your confirmations, plan upsells in advance, like we talked about, canvases and options like that. Think of other ways you can keep going. And now it's just advertising, just showcasing it. Get more people excited about it. Make it enticing. What other things can you do to build up people's expectations for this event? You can start showcasing photos. You can create little mini reels. Anything like that that's just going to get people pumped about it. And then exclusivity. Let them know there's only limited spots. Let them know if they sign up now, they get an extra gift. Let them know about these types of things when you're building the thing out, because that gets people more enticed to want to confirm. So check out that blog article. You can look at it anytime till the end of spring, basically. That'll help you get ready with your mini sessions. Other things that we've done, check out our blog. You can learn about what was new in February. We had a bunch of brand new things roll out, such as new editorial and contemporary layouts. Those are available now. We also have some new website layouts that are available. Very cool, structurally designed ones. Very forward, modern design. And we've also updated our universal checkout. We've made some modifications to make it a little bit more attractive and useful for you. Some other things that we have some new templates that are available. And think about how you can monetize your photography through e-commerce beyond just the lens. What are ways that you can repackage things and sell it to your customers to make yourself earn more money? Well, guess what? You can implement some of these strategies into your mini sessions, such as just fine art, wall art, canvas, metal prints, books, zines, Lightroom presets for people that might be wanting to do that. You can go ahead and start customizing these options for not just for customers, but also to other photographers. You can also start thinking about other options that are available, such as, maybe you want to hold on to their stuff for so long. Maybe you want to create holiday card designs for them so they can share with customers. Things like that. Think of ways that you can repackage and resell your services beyond just photography. Utilizing your photography, but beyond it. Check out that article. It's going to be really helpful for people looking to update some options for their business throughout the year. You can also go to education.photobiz.com. You can check out all the events that we have coming up in our upcoming events tab. You can see today was mini session workflows. Next week is, or March 27th is website reviews. April 10th is going to be about blogging for SEO. You do not want to miss that. We're going to have some brand new features that we're going to be showcasing. You definitely want to check that out. Then we have website reviews, and probably some other stuff in between. We just haven't got it scheduled out yet. So look forward to that. If you need any help, we have our coaching services in the coaching tab. One-on-one services, $150, 1 hour. Lots can get done during that. It's one of our most popular services. Definitely want to take advantage of that if that's something that you're wanting to get familiar with. It's definitely really helpful when it comes to making changes to your website or implementing strategies to your website. Again, our upcoming events, you can check that there, what's going on. And then on-demand videos. Need help when we're not available? Maybe you're just a self-starter? Check out our quick start series that's available. It shows you how to put your website together in minutes. We also have tools for demos for all our tools, such as our e-commerce, client galleries, form builder, marketing scheduler, quotes and invoices, blog, and contacts. All available on education.photobiz.com. That's pretty much it for today. I want to thank you all for joining me. Again, if you have any questions about mini sessions or setting up landing pages or anything like that for your website, you can always give our team a call or live chat with us. We're always available. We're happy to help, and we cannot wait to see you grow, especially this spring. And let's get to spring. Weather's being crazy right now. Going from 30 to 80 is pretty nuts in our area. So stay cool if it's warm where you are, or stay warm if it's cold where you are. All right. I hope you all have a great, wonderful weekend. See you.